Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 2. Today we are finally back to normal service with a normal working setup of microphones and things like that, which is beautiful. I need to apologise for this past week where I've had odd videos basically, just because obviously I had those audio issues and just didn't record the audio because it was all muted on my recording software. So that was good of me. I've tried to make the best of a bad situation with the videos, and you seem to have really enjoyed these videos that have come out this past week with the post commentary, and I've tried to make them a bit funnier than usual to try and make up for the fact that I've messed it up completely. So thank you for being so understanding and enjoying those videos and keeping watching. Today, normal service is resumed as we take on top of the table Manchester City before Sunderland, who are bottom of the table, come to us. So you can almost guarantee that we'll beat City and then get thrashed by Sunderland. Before we get to those games though, we need to talk about what's happened in between episodes. Of course, you were last here for the first game of the season against Swansea, newly promoted Swansea City, who drew 2-2 with us in quite a disappointing game really when you consider the results and considering that Swansea are a newly promoted side. We did though travel to Watford in the game afterwards and we won it 2-1. Watford scored first, but then Vinicius Junior, who we've somehow signed, I still don't quite believe how we've got him, but he came and scored 2 goals either side of half time to make sure we won 2-1 and got our first 3 points of the season. We then travelled to Aston Villa travelled to us, sorry. Vinicius Junior scored for us first, actually. We took the lead against Aston Villa, but Villa in this game are very good. They're a Champions League side. They came back and managed to score 3 goals to make sure they took all 3 points, which was quite frustrating. Following the Villa game, though, we took on Portsmouth in the Carabao Cup in what should have been quite an easy game. We actually left it very late. Willem scored in the 96th minute to ensure a 1-0 win there. Luckily for us now, though, we actually have enough players and enough depth to rotate the squad fully. So we rotated the squad fully for this cup game, which was quite good. Not the best squad in terms of strength and things like that, and some players out of position a little bit, but at least we can actually rotate that squad fully now. And that rested squad, our rested first team squad I should say, was very good for us as we managed to beat West Ham United 2-0 away from home, with Vinicius Junior scoring his 4th goal of the season and Franco Marquez scoring another goal for him. That goal sealed Vinicius Junior. He got, if we go back to his milestones here, he won English Premier Division Player of the Month for August with his 4 goals that he scored for us in August, which is really fantastic. Since then, he's not scored a goal for us, which is a little bit upsetting, but he's still been very, very good for us. We lost 3-2 to Manchester City. Now, we've lined up a different formation for when we play against top sides, and it worked pretty well in the first 15 minutes against Manchester United as we took a 2-0 lead through Benali own goal and Franco Marquez as well, which was pretty good. However, United came back and scored 3 goals to make sure they took all 3 points, which was quite frustrating. We then took on Stoke City in the Premier League with Howard Prosser and Michael Pomeroy picking up the goals in that one to make sure we got 3 points. But then only a matter of days later, we lost to Stoke in the Carabao Cup 3rd round. Alright, to be fair, I'm not too fussed about losing the Carabao Cup, but at least we beat them in the Premier League, which is where the points are and where the money is. So I'm quite happy with that result. We then played Tottenham and lost 3-1. Again, we went to a different formation, which we're going to play against Man City today. It didn't really work against Tottenham, so I'm actually not, I'm a bit scared to use it against Manchester City here today because it's not really worked out how I quite want it to work out yet, but it's worth trying at least for a half against Manchester City maybe. And then last time out, we drew against Derby County, who have currently got Europa League football, so Derby County are quite good. Brillinger scored the opening goal for us before they scored right at the end to make sure they got a point in from that game. So we could have had a win there. Overall, a pretty decent start to the season, I think. We're currently sitting 10th in the table, so pretty mid-table, obviously, right in the middle, slap bang in the middle. As long as we're 10th or above this season, I'm pretty happy with where we finish. So if we can keep this kind of form going, we should be there or thereabouts for a top half finish come the end of the season. This then is the lineup for today's game, and this is the formation that we're going for. We're trying a 5 at the back system again. We've got players to make it work a bit better this season, so we're trying 5 at the back against Man City today, trying to go a little bit more counter-attacking as we've got Salinka in goal. Now, he's been very good in goal for us so far, but keeps picking up little injuries. So Jose Pedro has played a few games so far this season, but Salinka is probably the keeper to go for as we progress through the season. Delu, Juliano and Brillinger, of course, are going to be our back line, with Jimenez and Cooks for new wing-backs slotting into those wing-back positions. Dylan Lehmans and Patrick make up the centre midfield partnership, with Vinicius Junior, I still can't believe I'm saying that in Lincoln United, but Vinicius Junior ahead of them both, with Marquez and Pomeroy leading the line for us today. Hopefully, this is the team that's going to pick up the 3 points today against City. However, history shows that when we use this formation, it's not worked brilliantly well against Man United and Tottenham so far this season, but we do have a particularly good record against Man City, so fingers crossed. So I'll tell you what, it's really good to be back talking to you properly in an episode. I feel like I can connect to you a bit more when I'm talking like this, when I'm actually properly recording. Post-commentary, whilst it can be quite entertaining to do, and it's a bit different for me to record that way, I just don't feel I've got quite as much of a connection with you as I do when I'm talking like this. And you've not got quite my live reactions, which I think improves that connection and things like that. So I'm quite happy to be back, fixing all the recording issues and things like that. Hopefully, as Man City come close there, we're not going to have any more issues going forward for a long, long time. I mean, you can guarantee it will happen again at some point. It's just one of those things, unfortunately. But I'm going to make a list on a post-it note and stick it to the bottom of one of my monitors to remind me to not do it again. So far, so good, though, in this game against Man City. Now, while City have dominated possession and shots and things like that, we've not really seen many highlights, so we're not getting very good quality chances, clearly. And we're holding our own as things stand as well for this first half. So as we enter half-time at 0-0, we have had quite a few 0-0 draws with City over the past few seasons, and we've beaten them on the odd occasion as well. But I would take a 0-0 draw with City at the moment because I feel that's a very respectable result against a side who are currently top of the table. They do have a free kick though, right at the start of the second half, and it just goes wide of the post. So we are limiting their chances still, but we do look a bit shaky from set pieces as we did last season. And so far this season, it's sort of continued a little bit. We probably do need to be making some changes soon, though, just to keep some players fresh. We've just come back of a 2-week international break, so the players are very fresh themselves, but we want to be keeping those energy levels up against these Man City players who are pretty decent. They made 2 changes at half-time as well, so City clearly not very happy with how things are going for them. They've had 22 shots and 62% possession, but they can't break through. So clearly, after the teething problems we had in the Man United and the Tottenham game using this formation, it is working quite well today against City. We are going to make some changes. We're going to bring Nati on for Marquez, I think, up front. Let's give him a chance and get a fresh pair of legs up front as well. That could help us out just a little bit. And I'm also kind of tempted. Who's not played particularly well? Leemans hasn't played particularly well. He's going to come off for Willem in the centre of midfield. Willem he's not really a ball-winning midfielder. We'll move him to Mazzala on support, just so we can maybe try and make a few more runs into this second half. As actually, we've got a chance coming forward. Marquez is through. Marquez puts it in the back of her net. We're about to take him off the pitch as well. I tell you what, I think more. Now, do we make these changes? Right. Obviously, I wasn't expecting this to happen. Jimenez makes a great interception there, and that's a great ball forward to Marquez. Great bit of a counter-attacking play there, and Marquez puts it past the goalkeeper. Now we've really got to hold on. No, I don't think I want to proceed with tactical changes, actually. I don't think I want to. We're going to go a bit more defensive. Oh, no, let's just stick to what we're doing. Stick to what we're doing. It's working well. Yes, they've had lots of shots, but they've not scored. We have. We need to stick to what we're doing, and we could be getting another famous victory over Man City. Man City have just turned into our bogey team recently. I'll show you the recent history we've got with Man City. Don't do this to me. Lehman's great interception there. I was about to take him off the pitch as well. And Pomeroy is now through. Pomeroy into Marquez. Marquez for a second. Oh, he's put it, well, right at the keeper, really. Great save from the keeper, to be fair. But considering that I thought City were going to score at the other end of the pitch, I'm very pleased with that. Vinicius Junior corner comes in. Actually, Pomeroy gets on the end of it. We're 2-0 up against City now. Another assist for Vinicius Junior and a goal for Pomeroy. What happened at the Man City defence there? Because no one reacted. I thought it should have been cleared easily. These two defenders just leave it. These two switch off. I think they think these two defenders have dealt with it. And Pomeroy reacts quickest. And we've beaten Man City 2-0. Top of the table City, 2-0. What a fantastic way to come back after a week of just rubbish recording from me. Wow, I am really pleased with that result. And again, Man City, they are our bogey team for whatever reason. If we look at the... when we're looking right here, Man City, past meetings. Let's look at this then. We just seem to do really well against Man City whenever the past meetings wants to load. It always takes a while to load past meetings for some reason. So yeah, we've played Man City 5 times and we've not lost to them. We've beaten them twice and we've drawn 3 times. City just can't do anything against us for whatever reason. But I'm happy for it and I'm happy today. Also, Sunderland next in 20th. My prediction of us thumping City, I say thumping, beating City and then getting thrashed by Sunderland is halfway to coming true. So stick around for that one. I tell you what was mentioned, actually. I tell you what was mentioned to me. After we've made two Brazilian signings this summer, someone said to me, how many Brazilians have we got at Lincoln United now? We must have quite a few. Well, I can exclusively reveal to you, if we look at nationalities, we have 7 Brazilian players at the squad now. It's even more mental when you consider that actually we only have 6 English players on the books. 2 of them are away on loan, actually, Greg Smith and Lee Phillip, and one of them is in on loan. So actually we only own 3 players at the moment who are English, technically. So we are being outnumbered by these Brazilians at the moment, and I think maybe this is something we need to do and work on in the future. Like, to try and make them feel a bit more welcome at the club. We need to try and do something to improve their lives in Lincoln, I think. I don't know what we can do yet, really. Maybe just sign more Maybe we just have to make the whole team Brazilian. Like, from now on, our transfer policy is just sign Brazilians. That's going to be it. That could be quite tough, though, actually, looking at this. The cheapest Brazilian player is 10.75 million. But after him, it's nearly 30 million. So maybe this isn't the best idea. For good measure, though, I am going to scout out every single under-23 player in the Brazilian under-23 league, or team rather, and in the under-20s as well. Just to make sure, just so we don't miss anyone, obviously. It's a good job to get these ones scouted out properly. So Ryan Price has just come to me, and he's very concerned that he's not going to be getting regular first-team football. And really, he won't. He's our 5th choice midfielder. We don't really field more than 2 at a time. So, and he's only good for the Championship, really. So actually, Ryan Price, yes, really, I'm going to let you go at some point. We'll probably try and sell you. For now, though, can we try and offer him out on loan somewhere? There's no option for a loan. So I think in the meantime, what I'm going to say is, I can't give you the football that you need. I'll look to find you a new club to get you the game time that you need. And he's pretty much up for that. So Ryan Price already, apparently, he's handed a transfer request, which we've automatically accepted, but it's already popped up here that Celtic want him. So how much is he worth, Price? 8.25 million. Celtic are offering 5.75 up front with instalments of 1.1 million. So that'll take it up to like 6.8, 6.9, and then 1.6. He wants to pay his wages though as well. We'll stall on this offer for now from Celtic. In the meantime, we're going to try and offer him out for a bit more money first, but we might accept that Celtic bid. Considering we got on a free transfer as well, any money is good money, actually, so I won't be too upset if we only get that 5.75 rising to whatever it is from Celtic. That's still a good offer for us. Sunderland, 5 million. Now, lads, and they want us to pay a massive amount of wages. Reject that, then. We're not getting any better deal for Ryan Price. We're going to be accepting the one from Celtic. Hopefully, that's all going to be sorted by January then, which would be quite good for him. Right, for this game against Sunderland, we're going to go back to our usual attacking 4-1-4-1 formation. For this one, though, Vinicius Jr. will start on the left. And actually, Marquez is actually pretty good, to be fair. He's pretty good on the right-hand side of the pitch. So we're going to stick him on there ahead of Abel. Now, him and Abel will keep swapping around. How tired is he actually, Marquez? He's pretty upbeat still. He's got 4 goals himself, and he actually played in the wing at a few occasions, scored goals. So we're going to leave him there for now. Patrick stays where he is, or do we swap him around? Because we need to get Willem back onto the pitch, of course, as well. Because Willem is our main deep line playmaker, really. Juliano's going to swap over with Frankie Delou in defence, and we're going to bring Daniel Venturelli back on in that CDM position. And Mirza is going to swap over with Kooks. Other than that, though, I am pretty happy with that lineup. That's a pretty strong lineup in my opinion. I think that is going to be that. Take it away, boys. Let's get a win against Sunderland. Right then, kickoff is upon us here today. We are back at home. Of course, we've got a new stadium coming pretty soon, and we need to talk about that a little bit. Before that, though, there is a chance for one of these two sides, as Sunderland are sort of dawdling around at the back a little bit. I thought Pomeroy might have got in there to score a goal. He chases down the keeper, who has to punt it upfield pretty quickly, and it kind of bounces around, and Sunderland actually end up winning the ball and are still coming forward with it. And nearly bottom of the table, Sunderland have nearly scored against us. But back onto Stadium Talk. I had this big outburst at the time, but it wasn't recorded because my audio wasn't recording. But when I found out that the new stadium isn't going to be named after me, the man that has taken Lincoln United from Step 8 to the Premier League in 18 seasons, 17, was it 16, 15 seasons? Something ridiculous like that either way. I've taken them all the way up. They haven't named the stadium after me at all. So I was really, really cross about that. I put it on Twitter as well that I was cross about it. And I got a reply on Twitter. I should have got this up before I recorded this, because I can't remember their name now, as Pomeroy is coming forward. Doesn't score the goal. But he said, you can go into the data files in the game and you can change the name of a stadium through that. And I forgot about that completely. I know you can do that. So that's an option. And I'd rather it not be called the Lincoln United Stadium or Arena, whatever it's called again. So I'm putting it out to you. Obviously, it can't be named after me because the board don't want it named after me. But I think it should be named after a player or, you know, a group of players. For example, two of our longest serving players and best players, Mark Mason and Gabriel Turiak, we could have it named the Mason Turiak Arena or something like that. So get creative, get in the comment section and let me know what you think the stadium should be called, and then I'll have a look and see if I can actually change the stadium name with the little editor data file somewhere in my computer somewhere. And if we can do that, we'll change it. So let me know what you think. Either way, Sunderland are looking to come forward just for half time, which is a little bit dangerous. We've not really... Oh my God, Sunderland, no. Lads, we've just beaten Man City and now we're conceding to Sunderland. How is this happening? This should not be happening at all. But I predicted, didn't I? Right at the start of the episode, I predicted something like this would happen. And it is happening. There is a chance for us to grab one, though, just before half. There's not, is it? It's going to be Sunderland again. Great save, to be fair, in the end. But Vinicius Jr. lost possession. They hoofed it upfield and they nearly scored a goal there, to be fair. So good goalkeeping from Salinka there. We need to be more switched on in the second half and sort this out. Because this is not good enough, lads. We're still not really performing out there, I've got to say. We've got a free kick now, which Marquez puts us in, but it's cleared by Plummer. Venturelli now on the ball. Is that Ellis Plummer? Now, I don't know if Ellis Plummer is a player that we used to have, or I've just made him up completely, or he's a player that we used to have in a different save. I'll double check this one in a minute. But we've got a chance to come forward still from this free kick, as Willem puts it back to Jimenez. Jimenez's ball back was not brilliant, actually, to be fair. I think it caught Willem off guard a little bit there. But Venturelli into Patrick. Patrick into Marquez. The excitement is starting to build as Vinicius Jr. What a pass that is into Marquez. Unfortunately, not in the back of the net. Tactical changes are inbound. We need to swap things up a little bit here. We need two strikers. And Marquez is going to come up front to assist Pomeroy a little bit. Venturelli, despite not really doing anything wrong in today's game, hasn't played brilliantly. So he's going to be sacrificed to bring Abe. Oh, we're not bringing Abe. I forgot to change the substitute bench, didn't I? Vinicius Jr. can sort of play on that side, and we'll bring Luke Carr on the left-hand side, but I wanted Abel on the pitch. And then Patrick has not played well. So Lehmans is going to come on for him as well. There we go. There are changes. Hopefully, it's going to work. Free kick for us again. Vinicius Jr. Once again, we've hit the crossbar, and somehow the keeper's held onto the ball there in the scramble on the goal line. We're getting closer. 20 minutes to go. We've already said, show some passion a minute ago. I'm going to say, demand more now. Demand more. We've got 10 minutes to grab a goal, lads. Very attacking now. Please. I mean, this is typical, isn't it? We beat top of the table Man City, dethrone them from the top, and then go and lose to bottom of the table Sunderland. Oh, you hate to see it, but it's happened, hasn't it? It's actually happened. Chance here with Pomeroy. Puts it wide. I can't actually believe this. Cannot believe this. We've just picked up a free kick, apparently. Please score from it, boys. Pomeroy forward. Yes, cleared. That's full time. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm not even upset because it's so typical. It's so typical of Football Manager. Fair play. Fair play. All you can do is laugh, really, can't you? We beat top of the table City, lose to bottom of the table Sunderland. So not the best end to the episode. I mean, a brilliant episode to start off with, but not the best ending to it whatsoever. Next episode then. We need to think about what we're going to do next episode. It sort of falls on Chelsea and Arsenal, but I feel like I want to do Arsenal and Swansea, just because then we've got a chance against the lower side again. So I think Arsenal and Swansea is what we're going to go for next episode. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. It's a bit of a weird one, but thank you for watching it and hope you have enjoyed it. If you have done, please do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. And I will be seeing you next time on Monday for some more Lincoln Loco action.